to turn this way to make my head look straight. It's weird.
Well, stop looking at yourself and just look at the camera.
I know, I can't. It's annoying.
You're so vain.
I'm so vain. Isn't that a song?
Yeah. Aren't we going right now?
We are. I'm going to invite some friends, though, so we get people to watch us.
All right. Inviting some friends.
My brother, my sister, my sister-in-law. Oh, there's Jim. Somebody non-family related.
There we go.
Invite Angie to watch us. Katie, Joanne.
Don't invite that Craig Friendling guy.
Yeah, I skipped him.
All right, everyone. I hope you guys are having a great Friday. Nicole and I are also, because we get to do this fun show with you guys.
Yes, happy Friday. Do you know why it's the happiest Friday of them all?
Why is that?
Because it's the last day of school.
Ooh, that is good.
The last day of school.
So proud of you finishing high school.
Yeah, no. So proud of me finishing second grade, dude. Was that your Alexa?
No, that was my TV.
Weird. Yeah, so last day of school, I'm super excited, and I don't know how we made it to this point, and I know all of you with grade school children are thinking the same thing. We're really weirded out by this whole computer video thing. Like, if you see me, just my head looks weird, it's just because I can't figure out how to look at the camera on this thing. So I don't know how Craig looks just fine, and I'm like, I have to do opposite. It's like driving. You have to do opposite. I don't know.
Although I feel like I keep falling out. Like
right?
I almost feel like I'm off balance. Like I'm falling out of the screen here.
It's very weird. I can't wait till we get back to regular doing with my phone stuff. Anyway.
All right. Well, you guys, I'm sure. Hey, Jessica. I'm sure you guys really want to get to the good part of our story. The good part. I don't even know what I'm saying.
The good parts.
We just thought we'd do a fun thing today of crazy showing experiences that have happened to us. Yeah. Feel free to put in the comments of yours. If you're watching us live, we'll try to talk about them live. That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, so anyway, we're talking about things that have happened on showings and just
thanks, Jessica. Of course I do. Thank you.
Oh, okay, all right, fine.
Hey, Allison.
Whatever.
Hey, Tiffany.
All right, so here's what we're saying. Top 5 crazy experiences that have happened on showings and how we handled them. Whether it's right or wrong, but how we handled it. So, all right. So without making you guys spend any more time watching us, number 5 is going to be squatters in vacant homes. This is hilarious.
It's almost like the worst, because most of the time it is funny, but sometimes
scary.
It can be scary because you don't think anybody's going to be in there. And it also depends upon the client that you have. Luckily, most of the clients I have with me when that happens, like they're dudes and I'm like, okay, this is fine, right? But sometimes that's not the case. So what's your best one, Craig?
Oh, we used to, for a time, we had a lot of government homes, like foreclosures and stuff like that. And this happened, I guess the one time that was the craziest, it was actually some kind of internet scam that happened on some guy came down from Minnesota. He took a HUD house, which at the time they all used the same key. So I think he was probably a realtor, really. But anyway, he put it on one of those websites. I think it was Craigslist or whatever, but it doesn't matter. But put it up there for rent. Got some poor girl. She was like 18. He rented her the house. It had no utilities, no nothing. He just used the HUD key, opened the door, changed the locks, gave her that key, got like $1,500 cash from her, and then just drove away. Never got caught. Well, not to my knowledge, he never got caught. But
wow.
So, I'd go in there to take my photos, and all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of furniture in there and all kinds of stuff. And, this 18-year-old kid comes up and like, oh, I rented this house. And I said, this house is for sale. Like and there's no gas meter, no water, no electric.
Wow.
And she was like, I'm having trouble getting the water on. Can you help me? I said, kinda. I'll call the police real quick. They can. But anyway. And then HUD actually had to evict this poor girl. So she was there with no utilities for she stayed there like a month. I felt so bad because she had kids and stuff, and it wasn't her fault. She was scammed. But I mean, HUD was kind of nice because they let her stay in there while they legally evicted her or whatever. But so that's my craziest squatter story, I guess.
I think my craziest one, I was a house in Hammond and we were in the house. It's for sale, whatever. And there's 2 people on a couch with a blanket over them, and we're like, oh, excuse us. We turn around, I'm like, oh my god, it was super embarrassing.
It was cold.
I didn't see anything, so but I'm assuming they were doing something. So yeah,
that is crazy. I've always heard too, since we got the Central Lock and the super, the lock boxes and stuff like that, like people not remembering that they had a showing, and you're showing the house, they're walking out of the shower or something like that.
Yeah.
I've always heard those types of stories and stuff. That's never happened to me like that, I don't think.
That happened
maybe
to me
once or twice, like people, but in a robe or something like that.
That happened to me once. They were in the shower. Thankfully, we caught it before we went in the bathroom, though, because we heard the water running, and I was like, hello.
Oh, that's scary.
Hey,
okay.
It's like, hey, 1 minute, I'll be done. We're like, okay.
Yeah. Take all the time you need. We'll be leaving. We'll be looking at another house. But anyway, that'd be good for feedback. What's your feedback? Tell your seller to please, shower before the showing, not during. Okay. Which leads us to number 4. We're going to go straight into, I'll just say adult entertainment being out and visible. Like I would say that's as much as we'll go into that. This is a family show, folks.
It is, but that does happen from time to time.
Yeah. That was a weird one. That was a weird one. And of course my buyer was like, well, I assume they were innocent, but it was a young couple, but it was just showing to the fiance, the female, and it was like it was very awkward anyway. And I was like 20. I was like in my early 20s. I didn't know what was going on. That's not a puffy shirt. That's a polo shirt. I'm going golfing right after this, Ryan. But thanks for noticing.
It's his golf attire.
What's up, Jeff and Scott? Okay, so adult entertainment. Like I said, we're gonna gloss over that one. You all know what we're talking about.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, and that was very awkward. Okay, so.
But wait, how did you deal with it? Because you didn't tell that part of the story.
Oh, how did I deal with it?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't handle it. I don't know. It was awkward. I did not put that in the feedback.
Did you call the listing agent and let him know though?
Yeah, I did. Okay. I actually did call listing agent. I said, hey, this was kind of offensive. I mean, it was to the level where it was offensive. It was not like, it was very awkward. And the buyer did end up buying a house, not that house, but yeah, it was, I didn't listen. I was in my early 20s. I don't even know if I could handle that now. I'd be like, I don't know what to tell you.
I think the best thing to do, I think what I would do, because I have not come across that, knock on wood. But I think the best thing to do to either try to block it if it's something sitting there. So you could turn and show the room to your client and block whatever that is, because you're obviously not going to touch it. But or just be get in that room. You guys both see it. You look at each other and just turn around, walk out. I don't know what else you would do. I had a seller one time where they had an adult swing in their room, and the room was surrounded with mirrors. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. And I said, no, you need to take this thing down. So you go into the room, and obviously it still had all the mirrors and stuff, but then there's this big eye hook up in the ceiling, that that was
funny.
weird. That was weird. I'd probably handle it just like now. My face would get all red, and I'd be all awkwardly embarrassed and stuff. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, let's move on to number 3.
Let's go to number 3. Locking your phone in the house. This has happened to all of us.
It's the worst. We used to have the fobs.
Yeah. Well, even before the fobs, we used to have this little it looks like the old little key boxes and stuff. Yeah. Well, whatever.
Just saying for the record.
Yeah. But yeah, you'd lock one of those in the house, and then you couldn't reopen the door because it was before they had you get a 1-day code and things like that.
I hated when it was 2 pieces, and then I would go to a showing, and then you leave your stupid fob at home, and you're like, oh my God, this is the worst. And then you're running around trying to whatever. Because right now, I don't even have keys to my own office because I have 5 sets and I can't find any of them. So I'm just not, it is not a good situation. But yeah, the locking your phone in the house is terrible. I got a call from one of my agents the other day. Oh my God, I locked my phone in the house. Because I'm like, hello? Because I didn't know who it was. And they're like, it's my client's phone. That's the worst. So at least I was able to give a 1-day code and she could get in because it was one of our lock boxes. But when you can't get a hold of the listing agent and you've locked your phone in the house, the worst.
Yeah, that would be bad. Yeah. That would be rough. Yeah,
very bad. How about the other day when Century Lock was down? So Century Lock was down almost an entire day, and half my team was trying to figure out how to use their card. So that Century card that we got, and I'm like, I don't even know how to use it because I've never recharged my card. So yeah.
Jessica said she had one with the adult swing hanging and cameras.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, to each their own. Cool.
My buyer, not seller. That's funny.
Let's see. Locking. My brother did that actually once. I had to go to his. I had to go help him because he locked his Supra in the fob thing or whatever he locked in the house. I had to drive out to that house and go open it for him.
Yeah,
Good times.
if you don't have good realtor friends in that situation, you're in trouble. Bad.
All right. So we're going to move forward to numero deuce, showing the wrong house. Now this one is more rare, but this one is funnier in my opinion. Like we've got streets like Hammond, for instance, where you have 176 place and lane and street and all that kind of stuff.
Circle and avenue and
oh man,
Maryville too is really bad.
Before before back in my day when they had before the global positioning systems, and you just used an old map book, sometimes you go to the wrong house, and in the rare time like Halley's Comet coming around, and there's two houses on the opposite streets with the same address basically for sale, and then you just get so trained, you see that real estate sign, you pull up and you're showing them like, wait a second, I thought this was a different company. And then you're in the house and people are just sitting there eating dinner. And then you're like, and they're like, oh, it's on lane. You're on street, idiot. And then it's like, oh man, there's no way to recover from that.
No, there isn't.
No.
You can only profusely apologize. I had one time where I had so many showings going on. I didn't actually show up at the wrong house, but I went into a house I wasn't confirmed for, which is a huge no-no, obviously, because it's a big fat fine. But I apologize profusely. Alarm starts going off, and with brand new clients, and I was just spread too thin. It was awful. So, the only thing I do was like beg them, I'm really sorry. It wasn't, and thankfully it was a vacant house. So I got lucky, but it was just a complete human error mistake. Not one I ever made again, but So it's not fun. It's not fun.
Yeah. If you guys have any other crazy stories too, post them in the comments. We like hearing things like that, that we're not the only agents that make these crazy mistakes. Yeah. Okay. And the number one pain in the butt that we've ever, and we both had this happen to us. So this is the worst.
It's gross.
But fleas.
Yes.
I went into a house one time. It was so bad. When I walked out, I was wearing like khakis, and it was like from the knee down, they were black, and it was disgusting. And I'll tell you my story, how I took care of that. But I'll tell you what, the first night I called that listing agent, I yelled at him. I'm like, you can't allow people to go into this house. Yeah. Like, how dare you? I was so nasty. Mad. I had to pull. So here's what I did. I'll just tell you now. I pulled over into the nearest gas station, and I had a white car with tan interior. So I'm like, what the hell's all over me, And I just happened to, I'm OCD about a lot of things, but I have tape in the car. I have like a little box that I always carry with files and extra contracts and all that kind of stuff, but it also has a roll of Scotch tape, So I put that all on my hand backwards, or whatever, so the sticky side's out. And, well, first of all, stripped down to my underwear in the gas station. Like, I'm at a gas pump. People are all looking at me like I'm freaking out, I take all my clothes off. I'm just wearing boxers, and it's cold. It was like the winter also. It's Northwest Indiana. We're always cold,
I'm sorry, this is so funny.
It was a sight to see. And luckily then it was prior to like YouTube and stuff. Otherwise they'd be like, watch this moron stripped down at the gas station, And then here I'm wrapping tape around my hand. I'm blotting my whole body, my car. It was a complete disaster, but it was hilarious looking back now.
I thought I had you beat, and I might still, but we'll see.
So do.
I went to show an investor a home. It was like $20,000 in Hammond, and we walk in, and I just see the cans everywhere, right? And I'm like, oh, they must have had it. It's okay. They had an infestation. So my buyers,
cans. What do you mean?
Like cans of bug bombs, right?
Oh, okay,
like bug bomb cans everywhere. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So I walk in, and I'm like, it's fine. And we're talking. I'm chatting with these people. What they want, and they start to kind of go off a little bit. It's vacant. It's fine. And I go down and I reach to itch my leg, and I have a dress on, mind you, with open-toed shoes. Ugh. And I'm like, why is my leg itching so bad? And I look down, and up to my knee, my bare leg is covered in fleas. It was super disgusting. And I yelled at my clients, I am covered in fleas. I'm like, I am walking out. I think they thought I was being dramatic. So I go out, and I'm getting all the stuff off of me, and I'm thinking, thank God I don't have like pants on or something, right? So I'm brushing all that off and everything. Unfortunately, my clients had jeans and socks and gym shoes and everything on. So when they came out, they couldn't feel it right away. They were also covered in fleas, and they started stripping their socks off and their shoes and everything. I was like, should have listened to me, just saying. But after that, I went and I was like, oh my God, my kids are really small then, because this is when I first started. and they were just babies in car seats and stuff. I ended up getting fleas in my car after that. I must not have gotten them all off of me. And I had to bug bomb my car after that.
Oh, yeah, that's worse. That's worse.
That was nasty.
That's worse.
And I had to use natural stuff too, which doesn't kill bugs. So it took a while to get rid of them.
Why'd you have to? Why?
Because I had babies in the car.
Oh,
what are you going to do? Spray it like that and then put babies in there? Come on now.
Yeah.
Jessica said she had that happen to her too.
Yeah.
Jennifer Farnham.
A witch's house. Whoa, we need to
give us some more
expand
details
on that
about
a little
that.
bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that could be crazy.
Yeah.
Hopefully, did she tell you, like, if you don't sell this house,
right? I'm going to put a curse on you. Just your cauldron. Like, how did you know it was a witch's house? You can't drop that bomb and not give us any extra details. Come on now.
Yeah, she just puts 3 dots. Dot, dot, dot. That's not a dot, dot,
Ask
dot.
us about the witch's house.
Yeah, that's awesome. That one would probably top all of ours, but still, those fleas, man, that's the worst.
Yeah, I have to say, I mean, I've been in some gross houses, moldy houses, stuff like that, but the flea thing.
I've been in your car before.
Yeah, and I'm surprised I don't have other bugs in my car, really.
I'm surprised. Well, they probably died.
Probably.
I think evolution's restarted in your car. It's like right now, it's like there's dinosaurs running around eating chicken nuggets and fries. And
I
stuff.
have twin second graders, and I work full time out of my car. Give me a break.
I had boys that are 18 months apart, and we ate on the car, ate on the go a lot of times too. But you know what?
It's not the same.
It is the same.
No, it's not.
It is the same.
You have boys, and I have girls. Totally different.
So
speak up for me here, peeps. That have boys versus girls. You understand what I'm saying?
Would be inappropriate. I made a joke. Then it should be clean. You know?
No.
You
I don't have time to clean.
You're supposed to be good cleaners.
Whatever. I just caught that.
There you go. There's my chauvinistic
so Jennifer
joke.
is giving us nothing.
Nothing. No, maybe she's writing a long story.
Maybe. It would show us though, wouldn't it? Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, but Nicole's car is so dirty. Just for the record.
It is. It's gross. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
It is. It's disgusting. I normally go to a dumpster and clean it out every couple months. That's how bad it is. It's true.
She just drives the car into the dumpster and goes and gets a new one.
No, I pull it to the dumpster, just start throwing everything in there because I just throw everything on the floor on the passenger side.
Oh man! All right, everyone. Well, I think that's the show today.
It is. I think so.
Yeah, it was a good one. Let's see.
That was fun.
Jessica's got a vacant one.
Yeah, they were heard people inside. We knocked the door open, and the man answered it, smoking a huge joint, and blew it in our face. Called the agent and said, "Oh no, they are there again."
Yeah,
that's funny.
All right. Well, everyone have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Yes.
With another amazing, super topical show that will knock your socks off.
Topical show?
Yep.
What's a topical show?
On the current topics.
Oh, okay. I've never heard topical used in that way, but okay, vocabulary.
Boom. Knowledge dropped.
I don't know about that, but okay.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next week.
I can say by all the likes that we have means everyone agrees with me.
I think that's literally Jessica commenting like 9 times. So probably not. I don't think so. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. See you next week.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later?
Yeah. See you later. Talk to you later. Whatever.